Hi friends, today we'll discuss about consumer decision-making process. Consumer decision-making process refers to how consumers they purchase a product. The process basically they follow. There are a few different stages basically that consumers they follow when they want to purchase a product. The very first stage, problem recognition or need identification. Consumers they are likely to identify particular need or they are likely to recognize a problem first. Suppose a student is likely to have interview the day after tomorrow, and as per the guidelines from the company, he or she must follow a particular dress code. And while searching at home, he or she is not able to find a perfect match. The particular dress code the company mentioned. Now, obviously, the student is likely to face a problem that he or she needs particular dress and he or she doesn't have that one. So he or she is likely to purchase a new dress for that interview. Now see, the student wants to purchase a product, a particular dress. Once he or she is able to identify the need or facing the problem, there are generally two types of problem recognition: actual state and desired state. Now, actual state, when consumers they perceive that they have a problem when a particular product is not able to perform as per the expectation. Means you have a product, but the product is not able to satisfy you. So obviously you are likely to look for a new one which can satisfy you. This is actual state which you are experiencing. Another desire state, the desire for something new. You have a product, you have been using the product, very good, but you want something different, something more. So there is difference. You try to understand. One is actual state that you perceive the existing product is not able to satisfy you. Another one, yes, there is a product you have been using fine, but you want to change your taste. You want something new, the desired one. So following these two types of states, basically two different contexts, we consumers were likely to recognize a problem. Now, once we are able to identify our need or we are able to recognize a problem, the immediate next step, we start searching information. Information related to what? Information related to products available in the market, information related to stores from where we can purchase, information related to brands, available brands, which brand we can purchase as per our budget, Now, at this particular stage, information search, first thing, we are likely to recall our memory, internal search. We usually search our memory. We are likely to have experience, vast experience in the past. So we try to recall whether we have adequate information stored in our memory. If we think, if we perceive that yes, that we have adequate information, we may go to the next step. If we think we don't have adequate information, that information which we require to go to the next step, so we are likely to go and search externally. Means asking others, taking help from reference groups, searching online. So there are two types of techniques of searching information, internal and external. Now, once we think that we have adequate information, whether searching internally or externally, we immediately go to the next step, evaluation of alternatives. We have already, you see the search process is complete. If we see the search dynamics, basically here, a very good example we can see is the total set available. Here you see, suppose computer in this computer oriented product, the brands available, suppose in the market, you see there are different brands, and among the available brands, we may be aware of some, may not be the all. Suppose in there are, here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 brands available, but we may be aware of 5 brands. And among these awareness sets, we are likely to consider some, maybe 1, 2, or 3, which we like. So we are likely to consider, yes, these 2 brands or these 3 brands, we may consider. Now we may have preferred choice also. Maybe these 2 or these 3 preferred. Ultimately, we are likely to select one among them. Ultimately, we select, we make the decision. This is the search dynamics. And you see the information sources, so many different types of sources. You see personal, like family, reference group, you see the friends, neighbors, colleagues, peer groups, commercial one, advertising, websites, salesperson, dealers, companies, representatives, basically displaying companies' information, and public, mass media, some rating organizations, our experience. Now, see the third step, evaluation of alternatives. Basically, what we do at this stage, we see what are the brands available in the market. Some brands we are likely to consider, some brands we are likely to avoid. Some brands we remain indifferent. Now, see, we can categorize, we can classify. Suppose consideration set or evoke set. The specific brands, basically, we consider known as evoke set or consideration set among the available sets. An in-app set consists of the brands that consumers they basically exclude from purchase. Inert set basically remaining indifferent, neither positive or nor negative inclination. Now, once we evaluate the alternatives, ultimately selecting one. So this is the product, this is the brand basically we can purchase. The post stage, basically, we go ahead and we purchase the product. Now, purchasing may be a fresh one, a new first time purchase, or maybe repeat purchase, maybe a planned purchase, maybe unplanned purchase. In case of planned purchase, we follow the stages. We decide as I already discussed, we follow a pattern basically, and ultimately we purchase. Unplanned purchase basically instant decision making. We don't think much. Planned purchase, we decide when we identify the need, we search information, adequate information, we evaluate the alternatives, ultimately select one, go and purchase, maybe offline or online. Unplanned purchase, suppose while going through a product online, we don't have any plan to purchase the product. Suddenly we decide, or maybe while visiting a showroom, suppose without any plan, you suddenly visit, or maybe you are visiting along with your friends and suddenly seeing a product, just getting attracted. Suddenly you decide to purchase something, that unplanned one. Impulse showing basically impulse buying behavior. This type of purchase known as impulse buying. In case of repeat purchase, you purchase, this is not the first time. Earlier you purchased, you are satisfied with the product or brand, and you are likely to purchase again. This is repeat, showing the brand loyalty. And the fifth stage, known as post purchase, here what we do basically, once we purchase a product, we try to evaluate our decision. We try to check whether we are satisfied. As we mentioned here in the fourth step, that repeat purchase, the brand loyalty, you see the same thing. The post purchase, if we see, is basically interaction between expectation and actual product. May not be actual, the perceived product performance. Before we purchase a product, we are likely to have pre-purchase expectations related to performance of the product. So this product is likely to perform like these. These would be the features functioning like this. Now, once we purchase, we start using the product. We start evaluating whether the performance of the product meets our pre-purchase expectations. If we see yes, performance of the product meets pre-purchase expectations, we are likely to be satisfied. Otherwise, not. So this is the case of consumer satisfaction and dissatisfaction. It's a post-purchase phenomenon. And the expectations basically we are likely to have before purchase related to the nature and performance of the product and service, the cost and effort to be spent before we obtain the type of product or service, the related social benefits or cost accruing to the consumer. So this is the post-purchase case. Another phenomenon in post-purchase, that is post-purchase dissonance. It's cognitive dissonance, basically occurring due to discrepancy between consumers' decision and consumers' prior evaluation. As I mentioned earlier, before we purchase, we are likely to have prior evaluation. This product, this brand, okay, likely to perform like this. And once we purchase the product, if we even sometimes before we start using the product, if we think that we made a wrong choice, we made a mistake by purchasing this brand, that may lead to kind of tension, anxiety, and there is a limit that we can bear. If it goes beyond that one, sometimes we become depressed. This is the post-purchase dissonance. However, we try to rationalize this decision. We basically seek some advertisement that consists of information may support our choice that yes, we made the right choice. Sometimes we attempt to persuade our friends, our peer groups, our neighbors to buy the same product, same brand, just to make sure yes, uh, we have selected the right product, right brand. This is the way we basically try to, sometimes marketers they help us to think that to perceive yes, we make the right choice. So this is the decision making process. Thank you so much.